Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. It's Saturday here as we play, and we are continuing on in Star Wars Saturdays, ongoing anthology campaign of tabletop RPGs set in the galaxy known as Star Wars. So we are midway point now because we are in November. So we're the midway point of a quarterly of Swoop Gangs, a game that I hacked from One Percenters by Creepy Doll Studios. I highly recommend you check out that game. You can see it on drive-through. I think it's the easiest way to find One Percenters. It's like Sons of Anarchy, the RPG. So this is Sons of Anarchy in Star Wars with Swoop Bikes, the RPG. Our crew are the Reckless Gundarks Swoop Bike Club, and we're playing in the timeline of post Return of the Jedi. So Palpatine is dead. The New Republic is rising. We're not quite to Mandalorian time frame. We're sitting at middle space there, which Marvel Comics are currently beginning to explore. So very excited about that. We're playing on the planet of Niamos. Niamos featured in the incredible Disney Plus TV show Andor. It was part of the episode, the announcement. If you think of Star Wars planets as different biomes, this is the uh, beach planet that is not Scarif, so it doesn't get blowed up. Um, and the crew is on the server side. If you like, I kind of drew a line in our map of here's where the tourists are, here's where the residents, the locals are. This is a gang of locals who just recently met their rivals who are tourists. In last session, Blaster and Gopher, uh, well, Gopher started off with a much more positive relationship with the Gilded Fangs. May have found a little bit of a summertime romance with Yi, but then Blaster had a run in with Laertes, aka Late, at the local tourist derogatory at the local pawn shop, and a fight broke out, and Blaster was on the receiving end of some badness, and word started to get out, but then Gopher helped out. The two of them rode off into the sunset. And Granny gave some lip to the Shoresies, as we call the Shore Authority. And that's where we had ended things. Uh, you know what? We know who's who, and I spent a lot of time just gabbing with them pre-game, so we're just going to jump right into it to grant a wish because there was a wish on the board about a scene with Gopher at the start of next session, Gopher and Blaster. So let's go into it. Gopher, if I remember, you stolen a bike, Yee's bike, and were riding off with Blaster. Is that right? Or were you guys, Blaster was on his ride? You guys were riding side by side. Help me remember. I
Yeah,
think it was you
as I
stole
recall, I
Yee's
was on
bike.
my bike,
Okay.
right?
Okay. How did you
Yeah,
get
we were on my bike because you wanted to try out and slum it on
right?
the
That's
on
right.
what
That's
this
right.
bike looked like. We were on my bike. I knocked Yi off, pulled Blaster onto my bike, and then we took off into the amusement park area.
I got on my
That's right.
bike as well. I didn't
Oh,
leave
did
my
you?
bike
Okay.
behind. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
you
yeah.
helped me up, and then so
Yeah,
we're
Blaster Stagger got onto his bike, and Gopher had done something to Late's bike so that it would be no longer operational using the Clone Wars tech of break off this thing on the side, and that worked. So two of you are at the amusement park. Amusement park has like a Ferris wheel type thing. Maybe there's a light gun shooting gallery. In the shooting gallery, it's like some of the prizes up on the wall are these like scout bike troopers and these weird little Ewok guys that are about, life size that people are firing their little light guns trying to get those special prizes. And maybe it's one of those where you throw the ring to get it on the bottlenecks, because that is just the weirdest little game. So various carnival games are happening as the two of you arrive at the amusement park. Is this scene taking place, the two of you on your bikes outside? I don't think they would let you ride your bikes in the amusement park per se, I would
Actually,
imagine.
I think what we have, I've lost someone here before, and we don't ride our
Mm,
bikes into the amusement park because that would mess with the tourists. But I think that there's an area behind that we found where we can go into the equivalent of like a tunnel of love or something like that,
okay, fun,
where
fun.
where we've hidden from them before.
Got it.
At least
Cool.
that's what I envision.
Yeah,
I'm
that
into it.
sounds, I like that. That's better than it never happens. I think that's more interesting. So there we go. Cool. Two of you are then cruising slowly through the tunnel of love. There's a gondola ahead of you, and you're slowly skimming over the placid but possibly dirty water of the tunnel of love.
Possibly, definitively dirty. That
Yes,
water is nasty.
it's rank.
I Blaster. He kind of leans into back into his saddlebag and pulls out two beers, throws one to Gopher, cracks it.
So Gopher has like a hideout in this area. We come in kind of backwards where the maintenance area is, and we slip off to the side. And this might be where there's lights or something like that. But we pull off into an area that's intended for maintenance of this ride. And
Mm,
this is a place I haven't taken anybody before, Blaster. This is like one of my little hideout areas. Um,
sure.
so I get off my bike, I kind of set it down, park it in the back, get off, and we walk over, and you crack a beer, and you know, I kind of shake my head a little bit. I'm still coming off the effects of that, the good glitter stem that I took in
Glitter
the last
Yes.
stem.
session. Um, and I'm kind of like shaking my head, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man? Those people were bank. We could have taken them. We could have partnered with them. Why were you fighting with them?"
Take a big swig of my beer. Where is this Gopher? I ain't, I ain't seen nothing like this before.
It's just the place, right? That's not important. I asked you a question.
It's kind of important, Gopher. You know, you were off riding with these gangers, these tourists, and you have a secret spot and you're never back at the clubhouse. Are you even in this life? Or are you gonna leave at the next chance?
I
Because
punch
you know
you.
what, Gopher?
Punch him. Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Take the punch, wipe my face. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's fine. A lot of us are dropping out of this club. Everyone's getting pinched up by the shoresies, and you're over here running errands for the tourists.
That's what we
You,
do. Have you not watched? I run errands, I find good marks, and we make money.
what
So
money have we made, Gopher?
we got a pile back at the motel. Have you not seen it? Come on. What do you think keeps you in beer and bikes, man? Anyway, I'm just saying we go out, we get this good mark, and they didn't know what was what. They didn't Their bikes look good, but they can't ride. And here we are fighting with them.
They were stepping on our turf. That punk tourist can barely sit a swoop. He's in Oldmer's giving him guff, trying to sell parts off of one of our prospects' bikes. I ain't gonna allow that.
I throw down my beer and I'm like, "The cark, you say?
The cark I do say, Gopher.
Off your bike?"
No, not off mine, off a prospect. It was off
Oh,
of. Cody quickly reviews the thing. I think it was off of I don't remember. Dang.
Vols, right? It was Vols.
Vols. Yes, Vols.
Yeah,
Vols.
yeah.
Vols. Yep, exactly. Um,
Um, I'm like, good on you. Um, we need to make sure they learn a lesson.
yeah, that's what I was doing. You know,
Okay.
somebody's got to do it. President's in the lockup. Enforcers in the lockup. Everybody's getting picked up by Shoresies. Everybody's leaving. The gang's dying, Gopher, and you're gonna leave too.
I've been here before you. I'll be here after you. I got family here. What do you got?
This gang. That is my family, Gopher.
But if you're saying the gang's going away, does that mean you're thinking about leaving too?
I'm dying in these colors. Nobody's gonna take this off my back.
There we go. I this goes into instead of like a punch like I threw before, this goes into the, rough, side check, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Blaster takes that and swigs another big gulp of his beer. So what are we gonna do?
We gotta set them straight. Um, okay. I know I we should go back and talk to we should go back and talk to the rest of them. I mean, you and I can't take on this gang by ourselves. They've got too good stuff. Um, let's make sure we're seen here to draw them off our trail and double back uh to the hotel, to the motel.
All right, all right. It's a good plan. It's a good plan. Take another big swig of my beer and then just hurl it at somebody. Like someone's walking around and I'm just throwing it right at their head.
Clonk, clonk some
And then
tourist. You clog some tourist in the back of the head, and he looks offended that you
yeah,
do
and then
such a thing.
I rip that accelerator and just tear off.
Amazing. Okay, it was just first of all, that ended up being a bonding scene. I wasn't sure if it was going to become a different kind of scene, but it ended up being a bonding scene. So five Kark betwixt the two of you, figure out how you want to split it.
What do you think, Cody? Do you want four and I'll take one?
I'll have sure, sure.
Awesome.
That's a fine agreement. I'm at zero. I need some carks,
That's right.
and I spend them too fast. You can't trust me with them.
I have a question. So it seems like we just established Gopher has been in the gang for longer than Blaster, mostly because Gopher grew up in the gang, I think. So is that's now a truth, right?
I think so. As I recall from Gopher's background, she kind of grew up here. She has a sister who's in the brothel at the Night
Mm-hmm.
Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's a family kind of thing.
Cool. And you're okay with that, Cody? That doesn't jar with
Yeah,
anything? Okay.
Um,
yeah, that's fine.
just so I know, Blaster, when did you join the gang?
I think Blaster is probably how old is Gopher?
She's young. She's probably early 20s.
Okay, so I think Blaster is probably late 20s, early 30s, but he came into it, early 20s or late teens. So he's been in it for like 10 years. So
Okay.
Gopher's been in it for her whole life. And, you know, Blaster's older than Gopher, but I think it's that kind of thing. He sees, Gopher has these skills and doing these other jobs, working these side jobs. I think, Blaster's a little, threatened by that prospect that you have potential and you're going to take it and leave the gang. But Blaster doesn't like that because Blaster's not going anywhere. So to answer your question, Rich, 10 years, roughly,
Yeah,
give or
yeah,
take.
that's great. That's great. Thank you so much. So, yeah, you got the five. You guys split up those carts from your restoration of the bonding scene. We'll jump forward with the two of you having snuck back Granny. Uh, you had your little run-in with the Shoresies, but they let you give them lip because, you know, they it was Santander, and Santander will take care of business. At some point, he may come back on you about that, though. So, I think the three of you are together, say at the clubhouse, seems like our good scene setting. Also at the clubhouse, uh, wow, I mean, Chitters has recovered from the surgery, I think, though Chitters dirtbag is very talkative about how she sacrificed for the gang. And Wu and Slissick, uh, I think Wu and Slissick are around. Itchy and Vol are keeping eyes on the Shoresies outside because you guys are still under pretty heavy, uh, you know, surveillance. What do you do?
Granny, Gopher here's got a plan for you. She was just talking about it at a place we went by the amusement park after the uh scuff up outside, and we I think we got a plan. Well, I don't know. Gopher, you tell her about it.
A plan might be an exaggeration. Um,
You got the
basic.
concept of a plan?
No, I just got the trouble we're in. So one of my jobs was a big job, and I dropped off with these Gilded Fang gang bangers. They're tourists. They got a bunch of they got a bunch of credits. They've got tricked out bikes. Um, and they kind of wanted to slum it a little bit with the locals. So I went out, I tried some of their stuff. They've got good drugs, better than what we could sell them. But I thought that they offered me money for my bike, and I was like, I'd sell them my bike, um, if I could get, a better bike. Um, but um, when I was coming back, I saw a Blaster fighting one of them. So I took them both out, and Blaster and I took off, and we hit out, made sure we were seen in the amusement park area, and then we came back here. Turns out they had already ripped off Vol's part of Vol's swoop bike, and we're trying to sell it to the pawn across the street who needs to be up on his money, on his, security money. So I'm just saying we're in a lot of trouble. The Shorizers are watching us. I'm sure the babies that just came in are going to complain to the Shoresies. And they've got a lot of money, so they've got influence. Um, and they're probably going to try and come after us. And what they don't know is I got a tracker on them, and I've I can clock out how many there were. I know where their ship is. I can clock out how many came off the ship and what their bikes are like. Um, they weren't they weren't real good at fighting. They weren't real good at riding. Um, but they've got the supplies.
So let's take them.
So you're saying they show up here, they throw some money around, they pretend to be swoop bikers, they insult us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, got to take them down. We catch them.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Slissick's like, yeah, yeah, let's rip off their heads and
Yeah,
shoot
Slizzy.
something in their neck.
But we also got to be smart about it because, like Gopher said, the Shorses are all up on us. We need to We need to make an example of them, but it can't come back to us too much.
Granny, the Shoresies are all crooked too. If we had some creds, that's all they want. That's all they want. They're not in charge of nothing. They just want some creds off of us. If we have the money for bail for our members, I'm sure they'd look the other way, right?
Maybe they know that the tourists, they will leave, so they won't cause them any further trouble, and they spend money. If we cause them trouble, we hang around. So
Oh, if we tell the Shoresies, I mean, I'm all for direct confrontation. But if we tell the Shoresies that these tourists are causing trouble, they might politely ask them to leave. They won't take kindly to that, and there might be an altercation. We can't
I'm
say
not.
anything because they won't, the Shoresies don't like us. But local business people can say something. So you want to walk across the street and have the pawn owner complain to the Shoresies?
No, I
I
don't.
mean,
Okay.
they've insulted us. We need to set that right, and we can't do that by having the Shoresies clean this mess up for us. We need to step up and show everyone else that what
Make
we're
it
about.
big. Make it big. Make that bomb go off so nobody fucks with us ever again.
But we can't do it. I think we have to do it outside town, maybe, if we can get them somewhere where there's fewer sources that could
So one
help.
of the places I took one of them named Yi, was um was to the warehouse district. And we went up on a roof. Um, they might look for me there. We can track them, see where they're going, and if they head in that direction, we can go hit them there. That'd be outside of the Shoresies, right?
Yeah, we just need to be fast so the three hooks don't get us. But yeah, if we can track them, then and we can jump them somewhere when they don't expect it, that sounds good to me.
Fast is our middle name, brother. The reckless fast Gundarks, am I right?
Okay. So, the plan as you've laid it out is to try to get out of Niamos Beach and lure the Gilded Fangs into a conflict of some kind?
Either that or just track them and see if they go somewhere where we can uh, jump them with less risk. But if that doesn't work, then yeah, provoking them in some way seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, we could blast up to their ship, taunt them, throw some shit at them, and then peel off on our swoop bikes. They got to respond to that challenge. Oh, it's a race. Are we going to chase each other down? We take them exactly where we want them, and then it's just the three of us taking them, and then the rest of the gang's with us, and they're just kind of in the background, and then we jump them, and then we take their bikes, we take all their money, we take their drugs, we sell the drugs, we sell their ship for parts. I don't know, we party in it, whatever.
It's
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
yeah, it seems like if you give a mouse a cookie type plan, I'm into it. If you give Blaster a lead on some Gilded. So is that new, the blonde locks, Cody?
Oh,
I
no,
didn't
I've died. I've died it before. This has been this way for. You can tell it's been a few months. It's been. I actually, it's funny.
I didn't pick up on
I
it last time.
It's because I usually keep my hair up in a bun. I had outside of the game. I had my wife bleach my hair after we went and saw the bike riders.
Oh,
I
perfect.
went and saw a biker movie, and I was like, you know what? I should do something with my hair again. All right. Anyways,
I'm the one who broke us from that, so I am the guilty party. I'm the anti-hero or something. It's me. So You want to follow them? That sounds great. Follow them, possibly lure them out to a thing. That sounds fantastic. Um, do do we cut to the three of you guys on a ride? Because that sounds fun. I'm into that idea.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Nice. I'm looking at our wishes. Conflict about. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Confronting rivals is a big part of what you guys are interested in. So we are 100% hitting all the right buttons here. I'm proud of us. Good job. Cool. So I am gonna pop over because I'm gonna make a little die roll on our roll with me to determine a thing.
You can't just do that.
I can. I can. There's enough OSR DNA in one percenters that Rich is mapped over to the Swoop Gangs hack that I can do some some rando stuff. So, Granny, name one gang member NPC who's with you guys on this ride.
From existing or
Up to
new?
you. From existing, or you can make up somebody new.
I want to make up somebody new because I want to roll on the name table.
Yeah.
Available somewhere? Where is it? Where's the name table?
Names table is on the data tab,
Data
column
tab.
D and E.
It's D100, right?
It is. I had to work hard to get 100 of them.
99.
What? You can roll the 99, you get Weasel.
Weasel, yeah. Weasel. And I think Weasel is, let's say, human. Um, like a wiry guy, doesn't talk that much. Bit sneaky. Uh, been here a while. Not made a lot of, hasn't really made a name for himself, but he's reliable, but not like he doesn't take initiative. He does what he's told, and but he's reliable.
Blaster, you can't stand Weasel. Why is it?
He's a weasel. I hate it.
Has he
If you're gonna be a gundark, you should act like a gundark, not a weasel.
Okay, so you don't like him because he's sneaky and just you're very direct and he always comes at things from another angle. Gopher,
That's right.
there's something about Weasel. Either you owe Weasel for something or you admire something about Weasel. What is that?
Um, Weasel talks a good talk and, looks all strong, and has a lot of bravado. But I've watched and I see how he treats the ladies um back at the motel, and he's very respectful.
There
Um,
we go.
he doesn't have to be, and I think that says a lot about who he is.
That's true. I mean, they're used to bottom of the rung is Grandy, how because I believe we had established, well, I know we'd established that Mags allowed, like, profited from the gang, allowed the sex workers the small brothel set up in the hotel, but also there are more female members of the Gundarks than male generally. Have Mags set out any protocol or about how to interact with the girls who work, the workers?
That's a good question. I think it's just to be respectful. I don't think they try to regulate, if we go visit them in a professional capacity.
Sure.
Um,
That makes sense.
but yeah, be respectful, and maybe there's something about. No, I think that's it. I think that's
Cool. So pretty light, like, yeah, don't mess. They're here to work, but
yeah.
no, you have to treat them a certain way. So it really is a choice that
Yeah, or
Weasel is
maybe
decent.
I'm starting to think that maybe like don't get into a serious relationship with them because it's
Mm,
caused trouble in the past with jealousy towards customers and that sort of thing. Like if they're working the brothel, then we're not to have a like a serious relationship.
totally makes sense.
That can also it's more there's more potential drama there, which is more interesting.
Into it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for that. And now we're going to fulfill my wish. We're going to define that this scene starts off in a new place in our on our map. So first off, I need Steven to roll 2d6, and that'll give us our general
7.
location. Oh, sorry. I need the first the numbers, like the die
Oh,
results
1
for
and a
each of the
6.
a 1 and a 6. Oh, interesting. So that's in this area. Um, and then Cody, roll me 2d4 and give me the individual results.
You got it, boss. All right, we got a 4 and a 1.
A 4 and a 1. Okay. So this scene's gonna pick up right in front of the Calrissian. The Calrissians and the northeastern section of our map is the largest of the cone habs. It is the premier, and you guys have come here because that is where you found that the Gilded Fangs are staying. And we kick off the scene with you guys watching them uh, slipping out and starting to head down the promenade on their very, very slick. Granny, these speeder bikes are crazy expensive looking. And uh, it's the whole gang. All the Fangs ride together. Um, and Laertes late is on his ride. He must have already got it fixed up. And it's
How
only
many is that,
been.
Rich?
Oh, great question. So, how many is it? It is. Rich grabs the thing. I believe it's six. Yes, 6 members. All human, mostly male. Well, all male, but male presenting, but one. Uh, but yeah, all two wrists exactly. Sorry, that is the best. So they slip out on their bikes from I imagine there's like a small garage type area that's inside the Conehab and protected. And they head up the promenade and they're heading to the north. You guys, are you going to get on? So let's talk about the promenade. As you can see in the picture, there are these Duracrete stairs that lead down to the ocean's where the tide comes up. But then there's also, you can see that there's a Duracrete, effectively a street, mostly for foot traffic, but these guys are elevating to about 10 feet. Rich pauses to say it also is,
3 meters.
oh, this is just 3 meters. Well, how many do I have to tick up to go to? Okay. Okay. So
It's
around three
just three
meters.
meters.
It's just 3 meters at all times. Like that math seems so weird. Anyway, let's do in the metric help tab. So it's about 3 meters. They pop out to 3 meters so they can zip over the heads of people, and their speeder bikes are tricked out Akira style, so they leave out this little light trail behind them, these like different neon colors. Also, if you guys remember the particular speeder bike that I had shown you, that our beefy guy of the Vipers deals with, Zegor. Zegor's got the one that looks like a kind of like a World War I fighting, uh like a fighter plane, except it rotates. The entire engine rotates as it's going, and it has a particular hum to it that sounds really cool. But you would never tell him that, because then that would suck. Then, whoa, and the others, and they start picking up speed heading north. What do you do? Gonna trail them? They're probably gonna notice you if you do.
I mean, we want to provoke them, so
Yeah.
trailing them seems like a good start.
Indeed. Yeah, if you want to track and trail them, with a provocation, it looks like they're handing you this opportunity by zipping north, and they go past the last checkpoint of Niamos Beach, continuing on the promenade. And the promenade, it kind of trails off. The steps in, they do that thing where the steps just kind of go up like a triangle up towards the promenade itself, and then the Duracrete ends as well, and then it's just a rocky beach, and they keep zipping along. They're going very fast. You guys can catch them if you wish, probably. So I think that's where we pick up with you guys zipping off the promenade, and I think it's Yi who looks back, and then she calls up ahead, and they, as one, just kind of pull a big Akira type thing, and they're hovering not 3 meters up again. Like once they left the crowd, they zip back down and started hugging around, and maybe they come around one bend in the beach, and they have turned around to look at you guys because they don't know you're coming at them to attack yet. Uh, Granny, it seems like you're in charge. Is that fair? So I'll ask you, what do you do?
It should probably be go first, since this is
Ooh, the road captain. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you for reminding me of how things really work.
So I think the plan here was we get them out of town and then we hit them hard. Um,
Yeah, and I think maybe try to lure them to some place where they don't like pull them into some difficult terrain of some kind where we can have an advantage because we know the place and they don't.
and we can ride our bikes and they're
Yeah,
posers. Yeah.
yeah.
This is very true.
Where it's
Um,
not just speed, but there's like actual skill in.
so I think can I say that we don't let them see us until we want them to see us?
You can say that with some dice.
Okay, that sounds great. Um,
Amazing. So we're pulling back a little bit from my declaration that they have seen you and turned around because you guys want to plot your approach, and that sounds awesome to me. So let's have you do that. Riding your hog, so it feels like you'll be rolling with hog, and you're trying to be cool because you're trying to sneak up. You're not trying to be a big badass. I'm gonna
right.
say that they are. I think it's hard to do this because, um, well, because there's not a whole lot of cover on a beach. It's primarily it. So you guys have to be really clever about your approach to do this. So you'll need 3 successes.
Okay. Um,
Do we feel that tension is involved in this role?
I guess that depends on their response. If we're following them and they would attack first, then I would say yes.
I'd say yes,
How
just no matter
obvious
what.
is Blaster? How obvious is Blaster? If Blaster's definitely among you guys, then yeah, they're gonna think this is a throwdown.
Yeah, as soon as one of them like looks back at me,
Yeah.
Blaster, flashes his teeth are all bloody, because the fight just happened a little while ago. So he's just like, still here.
By the way, Late looks perfect. Like nothing askew. Even his hair looks good.
Yeah, well, you
Because
know what? I described it really cool. Everyone will remember that. Doesn't matter that I failed. People remember,
it
oh,
doesn't
wasn't it
matter
good?
that you failed. He looks fine though.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna roll my 76.
And tension is involved, which means you
Yes.
could lose up to 3 carks.
So I got 2 successes and 2 1s.
Oh, that looks like a fail to me. That is
Yes.
not success. Just so we're aware of the that sounds amazing. Okay. So you guys are trying to come maybe perpendicular as they're zipping along the beach, and Yi glances back and you hear go for that like faint echo of like a trace of the connection, and she looks, I mean, she's too far away. You couldn't possibly read her expression, but there's just something that seems heartbroken. And she says something in the group of them, the Fangs, turn around, prepared. Your attempt to get a jump on them has failed, and they are ready for you. And in fact, start pulling out weapons, thinking, okay, they're not firing on you first, but they look so cool and so slick, amazing, and expensive. What do you do? Grant, you're road captain still, so I think this first reaction, if you go hard or if you, they seem to think, oh, maybe they want to talk, but we'll shoot them if trouble happens. What do you
I
do?
think I turn to Blaster and I point and say, "Charge!"
That that definitely defines how this is gonna go. Amazing.
Then charge
Blast.
I do, sir.
Okay, so you are charging. That's
And
good.
I think
Absolutely.
I'm opening fire. I assume Blaster wants to open fire.
Uh, that's an interesting question. I didn't even think for some reason that we'd be using guns or blasters, but I imagine we would be, right? Like, yeah, let's do it. All right.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna politely get off of our bikes and fist fight them, right?
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm there. All right, let's rumble.
Sure.
Lead us off, Blaster. These guys are ready for you, which means tensions involved in the role. Um, they are not hard like you guys. So I think that this will be a normal fight.
Okay. So am I making a roll for the blasting or the charging?
Tell me, which is the
Okay.
primary? Are you charging forward to blast, or are you just charging to like nail somebody?
Um, I suppose I'm charging to blast, so I'll be rolling badass and tools instead of hog.
I know.
Um, that's all right. 5 dice.
Um, does your
One for
hog?
doing
My
a
hog
thing.
has a gun on it. I mean, does your picture of your hog have a gun on it?
No, no, my
Okay.
hog does not have a
Let's be
gun.
clear. If you have a gun on it and you get arrested, you will not keep that vehicle for with you. Like it will be impounded and you'll have to break it out or figure something out. I have no problem with you using hog for shooting people and defining that you have a gun on your, but that I'll make a note of that and I'll use it later.
All right. So I'm looking at 5 dice. What was the? You said it's normal. How much is normal? Is what? Two, three successes?
Two, and also always you can look, the difficulties are down in row 45. So one for trying a
45.
thing, you're trying to be a badass, so that takes you up to 4. You're using tools, so that takes you up to 6. It does not look like any of your expertise is fit. Do you wish to use any of your recently earned carks?
No, I don't. They're gonna get me out of this when this goes bad.
It's true. We'll see. All
All
right,
right.
6 dice coming. You need 4 5s or sixes, a total of 2 or more.
I got three and then two ones. Wouldn't you know it?
Oh, that's perfect. I love that kind of. That means you take a little pain with the victory. Are you were firing on them, not charging to ram them, right?
Yeah. It says charging and blasting. Yeah, I'm blasting.
Okay, sounds amazing. I think, are you focused in on late, or are you going after one of the other fangs with this initial?
Absolutely focused on late. Absolutely.
Nice. Love it. Love it. So you clip him in the shoulder. He, as he's falling, fires a couple of shots. One of them pings off of your speeder bike. The other one glances your cheek. A little bit of your hair catches on fire from the laser bolt. Just like a singe, not like it's not burning. Your hair is not
That's
on
fine.
fire, on fire. Then you fire another shot in that round, and he falls off of his bike. Now they had stopped, right? So he just falls to the ground. He's not falling while going 300 kilometers an hour type thing.
Good,
Um,
because that bike can't be damaged. We need to
it's
scrap
true. The
that.
bike's
So
in perfect shape. Uh, Granny, you guys, you just watched Blaster charge ahead at Gopher's order. What are you doing?
Yeah. I think I will like go off slightly to the side, but I'm like Blaster's going straight forward. I'm kind of like sliding off to the side and then coming at them from the flank. But I'm also blasting.
Nice. They all have color coordinated their blasters that are all this like cool neon blue. Slicing across because red's what the Empire used in their, rah rah New Republic. So that sounds amazing. Let's see how this goes. Again, normal and also tension involved. Let's build your roll, Granny.
Yeah. So this is badass
1 for trying, 3 for badass. You're at 4.
and tools, which puts me at 7.
You're at 7. Nice.
And I think this is assault.
Yeah, beating someone up with without. You know what? I just realized that with or without you should have gotten another die there, Cody. I apologize for that. You could take an extra die for your next roll to make up for me not catch. You know what? No, you're not a baby. You're a grown up. You can read. You don't get that extra die. I take it back.
all right.
Sorry. I was like, what am I doing? I'm being too nice. You did fine. You actually got late. Get your get your badassery. All right, Greeny, keep going. I'll stop talking about random stuff. Do you want to spend any carks to
Nope,
boost your
I get
roll?
8 dice. That
That's pretty
spending
sweet.
cards to roll more dice is probably counterproductive at this point. I get 4 successes and 2 1. So
Man.
I lose 2 cards.
Sweet. Who among the crew of your rivals are you firing at? Of course, you're not going after late. He's been clipped pretty hard.
Yeah. The Gilded Fang.
Yeah, you could just click on me and it'll pop you to Zegar
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can
No,
look at the others.
I've got.
And
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
also given you an outline of what I noticed about them, so you can also from that know, you know, kind of their roles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so you went after late. Um, I think I think Wassil because he seems to be the one. He's the one who interacted with Go. No, he was the one who made out with Gopher. I
No, it was
take out
Yay.
Yi.
Yee.
Yi. Yeah, I don't trust. I need to make sure that Gopher has no like attachments here. So
Nice, nice. Oh, you're going after Yee. Seal the deal. It's awesome. Uh, fantastic. So Yi, I think there's a moment when Yi, all the others, blue, neon blue, blaster bolts firing out, and Yi raises her gun and she tracks you for a moment, Gopher, but then she can't do it. She can't shoot you. She doesn't even see Go Granny coming up. It's actually Zegor who notices Granny. Those two ones are Zegor firing as you're coming across, and he calls out to Yi. She tries to bail, but boom, she gets clipped two times, knocks her. She falls hard and lands on the rocky shore with her beautiful ride hovering above. And then it is Gopher's turn.
So
Gopher.
yeah, I'm going after Zegor. He's the biggest of the gang. Um, and I'm gonna be um. So I think I've clocked him as not being the smartest, and I think I'm gonna try and use a feint. Um, so head in one direction, and then as he thinks I'm going for Wasil instead, that's whenever everything pivots and I'm firing at Zegor, right?
Nice. Nice.
Still think that's badass, right?
That seems pretty badass to me.
Yeah. Um, and this is gonna be with tools. Um, I don't think any of my expertise, work there.
Hmm.
Okay. And I have one Kark left, so I'm
Oh
gonna
my.
roll, and let's see what this looks like.
This could go very badly for you. I'm quite
Oh yeah.
excited about this.
Yep. Oh, I got three successes and no ones.
No ones? This is not fair, but I'm here for it. Good job. What does it look like as you take out Zegor?
Um, I blast his I go directly for his spike. I'm not saving that for anything. And I blast it out from underneath him.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, you blast you go for the bike. Man, it's vicious, man. You don't shoot a man's horse, but maybe you shoot his speeder bike. And the thing it pulses a couple times, and he jumps off of it and explodes and it throws him, and he gets pretty messed up. That is wicked. So now what do they do? They just lost three guys in the first round. I think what's going to happen at this point is you guys zip past them. The ones who are still up and on their bikes, which would be uh Wassel, Geo, and Trav, they just take off like a shot back towards Niamos Beach. All three of them leaving their buddies behind, the tails tucked between their legs. And I'm curious, what do you
So
do?
are they like going straight through us then? Because we were following them.
Yeah, you
They
were
turned
following
around.
them, you came in on them, and then there, as you guys came, it kind of
Yeah,
pincered in. You've got other gang members are coming right up the middle. Their plan is to like try to dart past you guys.
cool.
And
Just
I think,
making sure I got.
yeah.
No, that's a good
Um,
question.
as the road captain, I'll put up my hand, let those three run away, and then now's the time we talk to, Zegor, Late, and Yay, and we'll go over um and tell them this is our turf. You do not come in and take our stuff. You do not mess with us. And um, know your place.
I mean, we got to beat them up as well, right?
Um,
I thought they were dead. To be completely frank, I
okay,
thought
so
we were
let's
killing them.
let's find out. Are they dead? Can we talk to them?
I I think rivals who die at getting shot once seems a little weak, so I like the idea of them messed up. If you wanted to go stand over them and cap them, you could. If you want to kick them a couple times so that they bleed real hard, but live to tell the tale, probably it's really in your hands.
I love the idea of um touchstone back to the train job on Firefly, where like we walk up to one of them and say, "This is the way it is. We rule these places. You don't cross us." And they lip off, and we just lay them out. And then we go to the next one and say, "This is the way it is. You don't cross us."
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. Let's see. I don't think Yi would lip off, but Late does. You guys say this is how it is, and he chuckles and goes, "Oh, you fight like Blaster, or fight like him," and kind of look over at Blaster because he wouldn't even know your name.
And then I blast him.
Yeah, seriously, like you kill him?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
I do. He said lay him out. Blaster's a blaster. It's Star Wars. People die all the time.
that's right. Hey,
Right
not
through him.
Yeah, yeah.
that is what happens then. Uh, Laertes is gone. That is wicked. You guys are badasses.
And Rich, you said there's a lot of OSR blood in this, so I assume I get experience points for blasting him. And I don't know how it works.
Kill
It's,
stealer.
it's yeah, that's
No,
how it works. You get
You
some.
get XP for the credits you loot off of them.
Oh, right. Okay, I begin rifling through his pockets,
Oh, good call. Good call.
but
That's exactly.
I do actually after I gun him down, I do like take anything that looks shiny or valuable, like oh he has jewelry. Yeah, that's mine now. I'm taking like I am actually like kind of stripping him of goods
Nice. For sure.
for the XP, of course.
Well, why else would you do it? Okay. Awesome. Um, Yi, she blubbers and freaks out. She did not. Whatever you say, whatever you say. Go. Did she know you by Go? I think she, or no. I think she actually knows you by your handle. Did you go by Gopher as the Yin Core? I think yeah, you did go by Gopher, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's, we could have been family, but one of you carked up, and family is off the table now. Shouldn't come in and just, you know, act like you own the place, because you don't.
Nice. Okay.
Uh, is there anything else you'd like to say, Granny?
I mean, I'm going to. They're getting a good kicking. They need to know that they've carked up properly, and
Ooh.
think. I
May I
mean,
make it?
we wanted to take their bikes, right? But I'm not sure how we do that.
So I think Blaster mouthed off and said, "We take their bikes, we take their shit, we take
Yeah,
their credits, and all of that." Um, and you're the one who goes out and gets our protection money, right?
yeah.
You could start charging them. They want to
I
stay here, it's
imagine
going to
you
cost
could.
them.
I imagine you could like drag one of theirs behind, not drag on the ground, but you
Yeah.
know,
Tow it.
slave it
But
to
do
yours.
you really want stolen property, or do you just want
No, I think you're
credits?
right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like charging a toll. Like, uh, we own these streets. If you want to ride on them, you pay, and like uh, go through their pockets or whatever, and just grab some whatever cash or that sort of thing they have on them. Not like patting them down for every coin, but if one of them has some substantial amount of cash, I'll take that.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, do you filch Late's dead body or leave him bleeding
Ooh.
in the rocky shore?
I think dumping the body is probably the wiser move, just so that they don't have direct evidence of someone being killed.
And I think growing up on Niamos, we know where the best place is. If we took it out in the jungle, like, it would be stripped, but there would still be evidence. But we put it in the ocean and the ocean takes all. So I think what we typically do with bodies is we'll fly it out far enough to get out of the pretty beach swimming area where it's
Hmm.
deep and it'll be eaten.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice. Yeah, you head out skimming over the choppy waters and you see some like fin or something as you guys zip past and you drop it like chum. Oh, man, Lake got it bad. That's harsh.
Do we see
Love it.
some Star Wars creature swinging up and eating it, or do we leave that
I think we
for?
see some kind of I think we see some kind of weird tentacle like back thing that leave it unknown, but it's weird.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool.
Cool. I mean, you slide him off and he slips in to the waters, disappearing into the murky depths. You know, he'll never be found again. Or if so, no one will be able to know who he was.
And I think as road captain, that's my responsibility.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
Nice. Blaster, you
Yeah,
watch as Gopher takes that responsibility and heads off with the corpse of the guy who pantsed you. How do you feel?
feel great. Did he really pants me? I
Doesn't
think
look
not
like
in
it
the
now.
end. Let that be a lesson to any of these gilded fangs trying to come back around. They might win the first shot, but they best not let me get back up.
Awesome.
I put on one of Lairdie's rings or something. Fits all right.
Vicious.
I guess we do get a bike. Don't we get Late's bike?
Yeah?
I mean, unless Zegor tries to take it,
No.
because I took his bike out. Yeah.
We'll take it, but we'll like strip it as quickly as possible. But maybe that's late. Just
Yeah.
like take it apart, uh, sell a bit.
I was gonna say take it apart, or I mean, and or give it to Vol. Give the parts to Vol because Lairdie's took his bike and took his
Mm,
parts.
I just think it's harder to track down if it like
Mm-hmm.
if someone rides around on a bike that looks exactly like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes. 100%. You know that bike is registered. It's very easily trackable. You'll be begging for trouble but breaking down for parts, resale, that kind of stuff, you can make a pretty penny off of it and use it to fix up. But if you're crazy, you can do whatever you want. It's yours
that's
now.
true. That's true. I am a little wild.
Okay. Well, that showdown with your rivals. Maybe they weren't maybe they were paper tigers.
Gilded fangs. Ha!
So we throw back to you guys at the clubhouse. Vol's excited because he's gonna be able to rebuild his ride. He wasn't able to go out with you guys. Weasel, very complimentary of the badassery you guys threw out. And we have within the Night Blossom Motel a celebration. So when you go out as a gang together to party, you can roll with any profit you want to spend. You currently have 3 profit against a simple difficulty of 1 success needed. If you succeed, everyone who attends gains back 3 carks. On a miss, everyone regains a cark, but you party too hard and wake up in some serious trouble.
Rich, I might have missed this. It might have been in the first session for profit. What constitute? Is it like is profit the kind of it's abstract large
Yes, it's
deals? So not just
yes.
like stuff off of a single guy. It doesn't add 1 profit for beating up what Laertes.
Well, you guys had a big deal that you did with the Acco gang that
Right.
ended up giving you a couple bits of profit. This, if you'd still taken all their bikes to sell, I would say, yeah, that'd be a 1 or 2 profit as well. But because
Got
you
it.
just
Okay.
grabbed one bike and let the rest kind of ride out alive, then
But if they stick around and pay us, they're
that could
told,
start
then that
working
would
towards
be a
profit. Yeah.
profit or so. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
If
My
they
camera
stick
decided
around.
to stop focusing on my face. I don't blame it, but I need it to. It's this one job.
Do
Cool.
we? What was? I'm sorry. So we're doing a celebration. We can spend profit for additional carks, additional die.
Sorry. So if you click on me, I'm hovering above profit. So there's a profit track. You currently have 3. You guys are now doing a celebration.
Yeah.
And right now you could just roll per profit spent, and as long as you get a 4, 5, or 6, then everybody gets 3 carks out of it.
So there's no dice.
Mm-hmm.
It's only the profit spent.
Correct.
I say we spend 1. What's the point of profit if you're not spending it?
I'd do
And this
more.
is
Okay.
yeah, all right, all
Once
right.
we get
I'm
back,
into
I
it.
tell Granny we need to show the gang, the Gundarks, a good time after this. And I can tell you, Blaster's been questioning how much we have, how much it's worth. So we need to show a good time.
Yeah, I agree. It's good for the members to know that when you take risks and you do something serious for the gang, then you also get rewarded. That's important.
Okay. I do have a question here outside of
Mm-hmm.
the about mechanics. We're spending profit earned by other people who aren't here and they're not getting a benefit.
Oh,
Just
because you play.
imagine.
That's a fair concern.
Yeah.
They
I
get
just
carks.
I just didn't want them to come back and be like, "What happened to all of our money?" It's like, "We spent it."
That's hey man, that's life in the
Yeah,
gang.
I guess so.
You're in it for the gang spends it. You don't get
Yeah.
to spend it.
Yeah, Uncle's in lockup. He doesn't get a party.
Okay.
Good instinct, Steven. But this game is against that idea.
Well, actually, this game depends on the gang understanding. Hey, this is how it rolls. The expenses come and you spend it on stuff, and if you weren't there for it, then you'll be around for it for the next time around.
So, Granny, why don't you roll that since we're back at the Night Blossom?
I will happily do that. We're spending
How many
2.
dice? 2?
I think we should spend 2.
Perfect.
I'm into it.
And we get 2 successes. This is a party.
Nice. 2 out of 2.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I think you guys you party down. Vanessa brings over some of her girls to party with you. And I think yeah, I think that a couple of Rhodians from the Acco clan show up as well to party with you, as long as you allow them. Now, if you tell them it's a Gundark only thing, then turn them away, then they'll be a little offended, but they
I think
understand.
there's I think there's stages, right? There's the public stage where the girls are, where the workers are. I think we have work. There are more than just girls there, right?
Hmm.
I think we have workers, and that's where the Rhodians are. But I think there's the back room, where it's just the Gundarks.
Nice.
I imagine this is at the clubhouse, right? So maybe up on the
Yeah.
top floor since the table and the
Ooh.
meeting is on the bottom floor, so the top floor is where you guys party, which is great because you're near the terrace, right? And we begin this party maybe during the sunrise, sunset spectacle. Sorry, sunset spectacle, not rise, because that's the opposite. That would be very, very early in the morning and a terrible time to start a party. So, um, what does Blaster do at a party like this?
Oh, what does Blaster do?
What kind of a party guy is he?
Blaster's a bit of a party animal. He drinks too much, gets real loud, probably starts a fight,
Hmm.
and then makes up, of the fight pretty quickly. Um, yeah, he's leading it. I mean, he's probably as soon as he's walking in, he's already a beer in his hand. He might even be like the first person at the party because he lives right next door, so he's just already there, just drinking and just waiting
Hmm.
for people to shuffle in. Um, and he goes until he blacks out on the floor.
But is it swapping stories, or is he just there to like contest drink and get blissed out of his mind and make a lot of noise?
Oh no, he's swapping stories. He's telling tales. He's amping up the what they did today to earn this. And he's he's in it for the gang. So he's talking about Gopher's plan and Granny's decisions and he he's sells up. He took out late took out some tourist punk he doesn't know. Not worthy of a name. Got my boy Bull back on his wheels. Oh, yeah.
I think Vol's got your back 100%, right? He's very excited about you lay that down and he just assumes, "Oh, you're the reason that cool stuff happened." And yeah, I like that. What How is Gopher at this party? Oh, you're talking.
Yep. Gopher, um, looks around, hits the spice pretty hard. Um, and as the evening progresses, it gets, more and more intense. And at some point, they look over and Gopher's making out with Luan, who is the musician that lives with Wu.
Nice.
Like in the corner, it's like she's gotten a little bit sloppy and all of that. Yeah.
Nice. 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 Uh the spice is it's good enough to take an edge off, but it's nowhere near the quality of what you had. And there's this like missing that,
Yep.
right? It's obvious this is not the same.
And I think, you know, the commentators later on the TV series are like, she's trying to get Yi out of her mind, replace him, yeah.
Uh, what about Granny at this party? Things are amped up. They're a little wild because Blaster, Gopher's coupled off with Luann. What about you? How do you party?
I think Granny sees this as part of her duties as chaplain to
Mm,
make sure that things don't go overboard. That if someone gets too drunk or too blissed out on something, that they get taken care of. That like there's going to be fights, but like that people make up afterwards or that sort of thing. Uh, just making sure that things stay on track. But I mean, she'll have a good time as well. But most, not drugs, probably, just a bit of drinking, a bit of dancing, that sort of thing. Uh, Showing that she's also having a good time while like keeping track of everyone else,
Nice.
including the Rhodians. She wants them to have a good time as well, and like feel included because this is part of like building that alliance that we want with them. So she's thinking of that as well.
Do you let anyone up onto the second level? Any of the Rhodians?
Not the Rhodians, no. That's just for us. We need to know that we have a space that's just this is ours, but still making sure that they're not like being frozen out or anything. If there's
Hmm.
some banter and some ribbing, that's fine. And if that escalates to a fight, she's not going to stop it unless it gets serious, because that's part of letting off steam and also doing the bonding thing, like, haha, you beat me, that sort of thing. But yeah, trying to keep things um, like on not going completely overboard.
So, um, granted, you're keeping an eye on things, and one of the members of the Akin clan, is Motto, the guy who had been chasing Gopher around, who's the younger brother of Kina, who's the head of the clan. He's here, and there's a point where he notices you're alone and approaches you. He's got a bottle of some local, like Niamos brew, like microbrew thing, and he comes over. Hey, I know you guys really wanna, well, I don't know what you want to do with Uncle gone, but I figure you guys are trying to muscle in. And they leaves that unspoken to see, is he right or is he wrong? It doesn't sound like he's challenging you, like
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
trying to muscle in, I'm gonna fight you over it. It's more like
Mm-hmm.
he's checking to see if he's read that situation or your approach correctly.
Um, ooh, we're just looking after uh, our interests. Um, we and she like tries to guide the conversation to, yeah, and we had a we did a we all made profit from that run, right? It
Yeah,
was good for everyone.
it was good. We're still moving it. We're all gonna
Good.
make out good.
Didn't
Yeah,
they owe us?
yeah. We'll get our cut when
Right.
they sold it.
Maybe he showed up with like a portion of the cut.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good.
I think I'd had you guys already mark the profit for that.
Yeah,
So, okay. And you burned two for two dice, right? So you're down to
yeah.
one profit right now. Okay, so
Hmm.
I took care of that in the sheet.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Good, good. I forgot.
So he's already hand over some of the profit in whatever. We'll figure out what you guys wanted to get paid in. That's what he delivers on. But yeah, so you say, yeah, this was profitable for us. So he says, it was. Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. It was a weird situation though. When things lighten up, I know my brother and we're gonna work on our own again. But it doesn't have to be that way. I agree with you. This is good. This is a good relationship. I think you guys should we should be like partners. I think it's a good play.
Yeah, I think so too. But we shouldn't talk business here. This is a party. Uh, we'll pick it up uh, uh, later.
Okay. Yeah, but just so you know, like if I were in charge, if I were running things, we keep working together. I can make things good.
I will keep that in mind.
He nods like, yeah, that's exactly what he wants. And yeah, then he slides out of that conversation. He doesn't overstay the welcome. He actually probably will leave not much long after that. You notice, other than drinking the microbrew, kind of nursing it, he was not here to get messed up. Um, there is an Akin clan Dots. She's the one who went with you guys out into the hinterlands. She um seems to be cozying up to Itchy, and he seems open to that. The two of them look like they might be angling towards a hookup. Do you, Granny, have any concerns around that, or leave it be?
I try not to get involved in that sort of thing unless it's like a real threat to anything. And hookup again might be good.
Okay,
I
cool.
might have a talk with Itchy later, just to like remind him on where his loyalties lie. But that's for them.
Cool. Go for it's late. I think Luan invites you back to his room. He shares it with Wu though, so it's not going to be really super private.
I make a scene. I make an ass of myself. Um, I'm messed up. This isn't, like, why do you always have to, come on. And I think things get a little bit inappropriate here in the, downstairs,
Uh-huh.
and um to the point where maybe Granny needs to step in, right?
Inappropriate in what way? Like you're basically being lewd with Luan?
Lewd and kind of a little bit belligerent. Stand up and kind of shake things around, and yeah. It would look bad for
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Then I would definitely step in, um, and I think primarily try to diffuse the situation. Um, like separate you two, not like stepping in physically and pushing you apart, but trying to like get Gopher, distract Gopher with something else. Um, but if that doesn't help, then I'm prepared to go harder.
And I don't think I'm not trying to pick a fight. I'm just feeling it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, Gopher. There's we're here to have a good time. Just come on over here. Let's dance.
It's been a rough day. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's why you need to let loose, let it go.
Yeah.
Luan gives you a look like you, Granny, like I don't want any trouble. I do not. I know who runs this place, and I so he maybe doesn't look thankful. He just does the like I will back off whatever it takes to keep this cool. Please don't be mad at me.
Yeah, and I think I make a gesture like, "Oh, it's cool, I got this," and make sure that Luan knows that what I'm trying to do is make sure this doesn't escalate. It's not that I'm placing blame on anyone. It's
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
I'm just trying to keep things cool.
And I think to a certain extent, this is whenever you would take me upstairs,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't need to be in the public as messed up as I am.
Hmm.
Oh, so you take care of the unruly gopher.
By take care, I think it's, take them upstairs, let them sleep it off, not, nurse them. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not our
yeah.
way.
Sure. Gopher, I think as just before you lose consciousness and finally sleep it off, your calm uh buzzes with an incoming text message. It's from Yi.
Um, I turn it off. I mean, I see the receipt, but I just turn it off before I have to read it because I
Nice.
think I think you know viewers see me kind of turn over in my bunk and I'm all upset and you can see it on my face and maybe my eyes get really red, but I don't cry. Uh,
Nice. Cool. Do we think that brings the party scene to a close, or were there any conversations anybody wanted to have? We're good? All right. Awesome. So, Granny, the party's over. It's early in the morning. I don't see Granny as the kind of person, you tell me if I'm wrong, who cleans up after the party. That's for prospects to do.
Yeah.
So maybe well, we don't see Sen because Sen's off and away, wasn't involved in any of the fun. But you guys got to have a couple other prospects. And so things are getting cleaned up and you get like I'm imagining the front desk. They have like a little. I think I used this once before. Like a little light comes on whenever there's the front desk is trying to notify you guys of something without throwing big red alarms,
Hmm.
and you see that light comes on.
Ooh, I'll go. I think, yeah, first, like, go out on the balcony and look out if there's anything going on in the courtyard, and then if I don't see anything there, then go down to the
Yeah, when you
uh,
go out to look at the courtyard,
yeah.
you see that there is a speeder truck that has pulled in, and there are a number of um, Quarren. The Quarren are the seafaring. Yes, yes,
No face,
exactly.
guys.
Yes, squid face guys. Um, there are a number of Quarren who are getting out. Sort of those when they get out, the speeder truck lifts up just slightly. Yeah, little mind flayery, just a little bit. Um, and you spot immediately that they've got on their leathers, they've got the three like fish hooks hanging down.
I think I like I'm walking towards the reception along the balcony, and I'm banging on every door as I walk past, waking everyone up.
Uh, is that successful, Gopher, for you?
you know what? I'm gonna roll two dice and see. I got a success. So yeah, I think it wakes me up. I open the door, um, but I'm at the back of the pack.
Cool. What about you, Blaster?
I'm going to take a page out of Steven's book and roll a reaction roll for myself or a morale roll, whatever it is in this game. But it's only going to be 1d6 because I'm pretty trashed.
Yeah.
And I got a 4, so it's a success. I'm awake, but
Nice.
really unhappy about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not really that sorry, but good call. The year awake. That's good. We're all appreciative of that. I've got a cool pick of the person who is headed to the clubhouse. Just imagine there's like three hooks on the side of this guy. It's a good pick of a Quarren. Those guys are terrifying looking. I love that they got the little sucker finger caps, man. That's some messed up stuff. Good stuff. So he's flanked by several other. They're big. These are big Quarren, male and there's one female among them, and they're dock workers, right? They grow from hard, hard work. Ooh, let me check something. Okay. And the one who's at the lead, you know, you know him, Granny. We're going to take a brief, like 2 minute. I'll be right back. Granny, you know this guy. It's Purig Kolgusk. He is one of the lieutenants of the Three Hooks gang. Do you, does he respect you or is he unaware of, he knows you from before, but is he unaware that you're important in this gang?
Um, hmm. I think I think he respects me insofar as I've been around for a long time, and that shows some sort of, at least I have some sort of survivability factor. I don't think he knows what my position is. Yeah.
Okay. Quarig says, Rich is pausing because he has to glance at a thing. Vix, you know we got
Sure.
people in the Shoresies. What are you doing? Fingering us for stuff we didn't do. Uh,
Oof. Um, think I think Grant is just gonna straight up lie to his face. Uh,
uh-huh.
I don't know what you're talking about. Horses get things wrong all the time.
Okay. I would like to see if you pull off this lie. He's come
Yeah.
all the way from Southside from the docks to
Hmm.
have this conversation with you. So he must think it was at least worthy of some kind of merit. So I'm going to say that this is going to be lying straight up to this guy. I'm going to say it's carking hard. You're going to have to pay for it if you want this to happen.
Sounds
Sounds
fair.
pretty tense to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I need to be cool.
Yes, certainly.
And I think this is probably Jaw.
Jaw feels right to me.
Three more. One, two, three. Um,
One for trying.
yeah, took
So you got
that.
6 right now. You want to Bernie any?
I'm
Oh,
looking at
did you give
my
yourself the 3 carks for the party? Because you get that. You guys
Oh
all
yeah,
got
yeah,
that. You
right.
succeed.
Right. I forgot about that. Looking at my expertises, but I don't think any of those apply here. Um, so what did I need? Four?
You need 4.
You need four.
Don't forget,
I
anybody can help that wants to, even your adult
I'll
drunken state.
I'll help. I'm not entirely sure how I help. I guess I just like, oh, because you're trying to lie to them.
And they're specifically concerned about how did we
I
um
said that the trouble that you caused, that was the uh three hooks gang.
Uh-huh.
what was the trouble that I caused?
with the golden fangs outside when
Oh, okay.
you got
Okay.
blasted out of it.
Yeah, I think
I'll
I'll
put in
help, and I'll
two
just kind of
cards.
Okay.
I'll help and throw in a Kark as well, and I'll just kind of be like, you know, the damn Shoresies thought my name was Slug Thrower. That's crazy.
Um,
To further discredit the Shoresies.
and I'm going to toss in a Kark and basically be like, oh, I don't know how to not break the lives. Like, you know, you know, those guys horned in on our territory too. Those tourists horned in on our territory too.
The shores is they're just trying to put us against each other.
Uh, You're not
So
wrong.
I had six dice from my things. I threw in two for 8. I got one from Blaster. Gopher, did you put in
I
a
did.
die as well?
Uh-huh.
So I'm at 10 dice. Um,
Oh, it's as easy as cake. You've got
Well, wait.
this.
And is tension involved?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So this could end up going badly, but I have 4 cards left, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Everything's fine. It's all fine. How are you?
I get 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, 2 1.
Ooh.
Just barely.
Oh man, that's awesome. You pull it off. So
I think
Purig.
the last die was a success, so
Perfect.
everything was important.
Everything comes up granny. Corin glowers at you for a moment, and then he turns and he's holding this like lance. It's a it's a it's basically a harpoon that you can use to fish. So,
Yeah,
it is a work implement. It's he turns and he backhands one of the Quarren who is standing near him hard. The guy staggers and grabs onto the railing to keep from falling. Turns and looks at the guy. You waste my time. Looks like you guys were celebrating a little something. Sorry I broke it up. Vix.
it's fine. I appreciate you bringing this straight to us.
All right. Well, enjoy what's left of your party. He turns and pushes his way through his own guys. He took your word, and let's hope no one ever proves to him that that wasn't a lie, or that was a lie.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Purig leaves. And I think that's where we will end things with the activities of the session. So we can go through our questions at the end and call it a session. So I've dropped these down on row 54. At the end of every ride table, GMs and players discuss the following questions. This is for everyone. Did you clash with someone who threatened your people?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah, you did. Did you add to the legend of your gang?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think so, for sure. And then did you have a conflict with a rival or the law?
yeah.
Uh-huh. So 3 XP for everyone. Now we'll go around the horn. Let's start with Gopher. Did you live up to your rep or fulfill your role or rank in the gang?
I think I did. I was a good road captain. I took my responsibilities. Yes.
Did you support another member of the gang when they needed you?
Um, I supported Blaster at the very beginning and the discussion that we had.
Yeah. And you also threw in a carked out buck granny too. Blaster, did you live up to your rep or fulfill your role or rank in the gang?
Yeah, buddy.
Did you help another member of the gang when they needed you?
I helped Granny lie to the Quarren. right to their fishy faces.
So good at lying. Okay, that's
So
two more
good.
XP for you. And then Granny, did you live up to your role? I definitely
Yeah,
think so. You did a
I
lot of
think
chaplain stuff.
both managing the party and trying to break up Gopher and Yi, like trying to keep them apart. That's I think that's part of my duties.
It's your duties to oh man, to be the blocker. Cool. And then did you yeah, you supported as well, for sure.
Yeah,
Good. Two more XP. So that's five XP around the horn. Look at you guys all fulfilling roles and ranks and so good at the game. I love it. Great stuff. Cool. So that is the XP portion. Now we'll just go with a quick round of wishes and stars. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who wants to express a wish?
I'll start. Uh, I have a wish to go on, do some crime, do some heist or something, do something to do a big score. We've been very reactive, and I want us to do like a proactive, like, hey, there's something on the docks. Let's get money, um, something like that.
Sounds fun.
It's true. We had a big party. We need to replenish our stores.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's your Stephen. Would either of you like to express a wish?
I'd like to see I have one. I'd like to see the rivals come up a little bit more. This could be the Gilded Fangs coming back for retribution or something like that, because we all hate them. Or this could be the Three Hooks, coming after us. That's a little hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with both of those wishes, but yeah, I think I'm good there.
Cool. Then Andesh, you went last with wishes. You could go first with stars. Any stars you want to?
Yeah, super fun session. I really enjoyed Gopher and Blaster in the at the amusement park there at the beginning. I think that was a great conversation and just really fun. Throwing beer at some tourists that was a great move.
That was very
Um,
funny.
yeah, I really enjoyed the Quarren showing up here. I think that was fun. Having them having that come back to bite us. I really like that. Yeah, I'll stop there.
Cool. Thank you. Then next up would be Steven. Did you have any stars?
Yeah. I really liked the way that everybody participated in the fight. I saw Blaster go hard. That was really nice. I liked the way Granny partied, where she was kind of the responsible adult,
Good
um, and kind of taking care of things. That was really good. Yeah.
stuff.
And I
Uh,
also feel like we spread the lore, not spread the lore, but expanded the world a little bit with like establishing a little bit more about the gang and how long we'd been there, as well as establishing like what we did with bodies and stuff like that.
Mm.
yes, I really enjoyed the the idea of you guys throwing something out into the ocean like that. That was a cool world building moment. Really liked it. Cody, any remaining stars out there for you?
Remaining stars. So yeah, I agree with everything already said. I also wanted to throw out stars too. It's small, but it's consistent, and it's just like the small little ideas that people throw out that make cool things. Like the three fish hooks being a thing of their like that's I think a cool little like anybody in a biker gang could just have three fish hooks living on the beach and just put them in their jacket and you're like, oh, I know what that is clearly. Like that's a gang sign, but it's not overt. That's so smart. So just stuff like that. Like we always have those little beats that people just tag on and add a little extra that I think makes the world feel so real. And of course, it's the world of Star Wars, so it's already so real to me. But that's what makes it fun to play with you guys. So yeah, big star for that.
Yay! Really enjoyed the session. I knew it would be a little more intimate. We didn't spend as much time gaming because we chatted a whole bunch beforehand, but when we got 2 hours in and it was 2 good hours, so I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for the play. This is awesome. We'll see you guys in a week where we'll continue the story of the Gundarks.